Oh, good morning, Alice. Good morning, Alice. I'm trying something. I'm trying to do YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I have there's a person who's going to help me, but I think we got our words crossed. Not him, me. I'm always tripping, but I'll get in touch with him because it needs to be done better. I'm just trying it because I've been messing with it. And thus far, I have this going on. I haven't figured out how to download my other ones from um, Facebook, which maybe I don't need to do. And then I probably need to raise this up so I can quit looking up and down. It doesn't matter. Yes, I have cat ears. See. Anyway, good morning, Alice. This is just Alice talking about Alice. Alice's issues, bump, bruises, and concerns. I'm not talking about nobody. Just talking about what I'm talking about. It's all about healing and mental health. This is fun. I have a lot of different little head things. Like here's one. Yes, I put them on my lamps because I like things like this, cat ears and all of that stuff. So I found this one. I don't really like this one because I'm from the Big Head clan. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to sit up here. Okay, there you go. It's supposed to be down here. And I was wearing it and complaining that it was too tight on my head because it's not a damn headband, Alice. It's a crown. Anyhow, as I said, I have help coming, and I'm gonna really, make my YouTube channel nice, and do them at the same time because I want to talk to the people I've been talking to, and then talk to anybody who want to, listen. I hope I'm. My voice. I don't see the voice thing moving, so I hope the microphone is on and all that. I really don't know. But I'm just gonna go with it. I'm not pushing any buttons because if I start pushing buttons, you know what happens, right? And yeah. Um where O'Neal go? Well, she was back there. I know one thing, I need to stop waking up. I'm not gonna start waking up early in the morning, but I need to stop drinking coffee. I have really drank practically a whole pot of coffee. I blew a fuse. So I don't know. I forget, and I blew a fuse, and so I had to put the coffee pot in here because I'm not dealing with that right now. Mm. Anyway, I was thinking this morning when I was having my last talk with God, two things I want to not explain, but try to help people understand. One, I mentioned yesterday that I see people, and I believe in different. We live in different dimensions, parallel to each other at the same time. Basically, is what I was saying. And I said I'm not the only one to see these people. They've made movies about it. They have reels of people who are in a certain time in the wrong clothes, the wrong area, doing the wrong thing because they are in. We don't live in a world of one. We have a God who is omnipotent. You know what I'm saying? Why would he just stay like right there? And why would we? That's the thing. We don't. And then I mentioned that I said that I was trying to figure this thing out about what had happened to me as a child, and that I believe this woman took my wings. She cut them off and took them with her. I don't mean literal wings. We all have them. I said that, you know. Um, if I talk about this often lately about how, you know, when we start to feel ill will towards a person or about a person or want to complain about a person, or start hating on anything, not internalize it and start picking on ourselves. I'm not saying it that way, but if you want to tear it down, tear yourself down. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with beauty. You know, look at the beauty in yourself. We all have these beautiful colors and amazement, and no, we all, that is really a broad statement. But I'm not a Geiger counter of who was, you know, worthy of the light and who isn't. You know, I'm not saying all that. I'm saying we all have colors and, you know, wings. I've said it before. I said it a long time ago, and I got, you know, and people laughed and scarfed, you know, because, you know, we're religious. You know how black folks are. Seriously. Anyhow, I told them, you know, that we, you know, are the winged creatures that they speak of in the Bible. We are those people, our ancestors. Those are the winged creatures. Our babies are those little cherubims, and I mean, well, they're actually, if you just read a little bit more about the cherubims and all that, this is like a little deeper, but the little, you know, wing babies that you see that's all plump and pink, those are not those are our babies. You know, we I used to we watch Buck Rogers. Yeah, I'm about that old. But I used to watch Buck Rogers with my granddaddy and stuff. And you know, I would say to him, you know, how come they always trying to leave? You know, and I wasn't talking about they in the respect to white people, because I didn't actually, even though everybody was white on TV, besides except for about two people, Diane Carroll was black. I think Bill Cosby was on. He was black. Yeah, those two, except for those two. But everybody else was white, and it wasn't a matter of who's black and who's white. You know, I wasn't looking at TV like that. You know, so I'm saying it wasn't a matter when I said why are they always trying to leave. I wasn't talking about why is white people always trying to leave. Um, but I was speaking in man. You know, why is man always trying to leave? And my granddaddy said they ain't going nowhere. I was like, why they always trying though? He said, because this ain't their home. You know, and you know, and I was, you know, as I grew, um, I learned, you know, I started to read about, for instance, like slavery and everything, how you know, they were saying that wanting to be free and to escape and not be somebody's slave was a mental illness. You understand? Um, that's funny because everybody desires to be free. Good morning. How you doing? I know I be calling you Sunshine because that's the way I read your name, and I've always read it that way. And you're just beautiful and wonderful to me. So good morning, Lizzie. But you know, I always you know, thought about that, how, you know, during slavery and you know, for instance, Buck Rogers and all that, everybody desires that freedom, that to be free and to when I say everybody, understand that that's a broad generalization. So I'm not in the mood to be splitting hairs and finding needles in a haystack. Everybody can do that. I'm running down my own street this morning. I had too much coffee. Stay with me. Anyhow, what I'm saying is it is natural to want to be free, number one. And freedom is, and you know, a person will try to narrow that down into a box and say a matter of perception. Mental health wise, no, it is not a matter of perception. Freedom, freedom is a choice. I have discovered that freedom is a choice. I can choose, you know, to be stuck, And I ain't gonna say no dumb stuff that's stuck on stupid and all that. I have said those things, trust me. And then I do wander down that alley occasionally. But like I said before, I practice trying to stay in the moment and no negative self talk. I do my best to um, do no negative self talk. I really do. I strive to have no negative environment, no negative vibes. Trust. And yeah, maybe a little bit crazy, but I get up, move. I don't have to be. And people don't have any idea what I just went through in my life, what I just come up out of. I'm not going back. So if I got to, what I'm saying, jump on a spaceship and hit it a couple times, I'll do that. If that's what it takes. But what I'm saying, that desire to be free is innate in everybody. That want to go home. You understand? And it just, I mean, when I say it cracks me up, it's like one of those things to say weird or funny when it's not. That's just the only words I can think of. But for anyone, and I'm not talking about black, it's not a matter of black and white. This is not a racial thing. It's a matter of power and control is what I'm talking about right here. And for a person to be insulted, you understand? I mean, in any kind of way, be indignant, feel abandoned, feel any kind of way because one person wants to be free. And I don't mean I don't want to be with you. I don't want to talk to you in your thing. But you know what I'm saying? A moment of silence. Not just for the dead. Can we get something for the living? You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes because I'm that kind of person. And I'm not complaining about it. I love people. I love love. I love loving on people. I rain down. I always understood that overflow thing. God fills me up and everybody gets something. And I don't mind giving them none either. If I got to go get some, bring it back and give you some. Hey, what you need? I give you some love. Come here. Really? I don't have an issue with that. But God had to bring me to understand that how can I say it? I'm not the why am I thinking a little song? I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Listen, let me finish. Anybody remember that? I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here's my spout. When I get something, hear me shout, just tip me over and pour me out. Well, I mean, I know all the movements, of course. I did that. The whole thing, right? But I'm saying God has brought me to understand, and He reminds me moment to moment to moment, especially when I get in it. He's not filling me up for me to pull the plug and empty out. That is none. He's filling me up. Anybody, and it's fun to do. I mean, if you're not making a mess, it's fun to do. You take a glass. It got to be a glass. I don't like plastic. And you just pour water in it slowly. And then the water get right up to the top of the glass, and that's where it sits, right? And then you slowly pour a little more water in, and it starts to overflow. You understand what I'm saying? And it just goes all over the sides of the glass, slowly. Not splashing, not splattering, not all over the damn place. And never once does the glass not have water in it. It's not a matter of half full, half empty, all that crap. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of God wants me to understand He's filling me to stay full, and everybody gets overflow. Also, Alice, I told this, I said it before because I see things in pictures. I always do. And when I was a little girl, it was nothing for me to come running down the street. I'm sorry, dragging somebody else's dog down the street on the rope. not against its will. Trust me, the dog wanted to come with me. little mangy mutts be happy too. And I got the rope and we running. And I'm running to my mama, hollering, "Oh, mama, look what followed me home," right? I'm saying that because God has brought me to the point to understand. Don't be dragging no dogs home on no rope talking about, look what followed me home. You drug that dog home. And now you got to walk it. You got to feed it. And I can't believe that people actually think I'm going to pick up dog shit outside. No. If they don't cut, that is organic. The do make the grass grow and the beetle bugs and look, you ain't lived until you had to get dog shit at the bottom of some Converse All-Stars. Fuck that. I ain't picking up no dog doo-doo outside. I ain't. I'll protect it too. I'm sorry, Will. I carry the bags. I bought the bags. My dog even had a little red bone around his neck with his bags in his shit. I went over to Wapato and grabbed some of their bags. Shit, I'm a big dog lover. Shit. I'm sorry. I'm a woman. I like big dogs. And big dogs got big shit. I ain't picking up no big ass. And putting it, I ain't picking, I said ain't picking up no goddamn big ass dog shit dinosaur turds and carrying them nowhere. I don't care if they are in a plastic bag. I tried. Really wasn't. I'm not rebellious. I'm telling you, I'm a tree hugger. I'm a hippie. Let's go along. Let's recycle. I'm willing. I took that little thin bag. You know, I know how to pick up shit. I'm a nurse. I rubber gloves. That you hot. Listen, now I done picked up shit. I've always had pets. Always had pets. Mama, we had a lot of them. We always had pets. My mom had no issue with pets. We had pets. But, you know, you go pick up some shit. Ain't gonna be no shit in Patricia George. And you ain't gonna holler at the dog because you didn't get your lazy ass up. That you knew the dog had shit. Mama tell you too. You heard that dog say, "Let me out." Right? My mom didn't play. I never considered. I never considered being cruel to an animal. But anyway, I ain't picking up no shit. I put like that. That shit was hot. It didn't even feel right. It was something wrong with the whole. I touched the shit with the bag, and I pulled the bag open. Something was wrong with that whole. You know, it just sit right with me. I said, I ain't picking up no shit. And like I said, I'll act like I'm picking up. Till people walk by and then we gone. Even the dogs be looking at you, go pick that up. Spoiled asses. They are. My cats are the spoiled. They be watching me change their cat pen like, can you hurry up? Damn. I mean, and wait a minute, hold up. Soot is a turd flicker. Listen to me. If there are turds in the cat pen, too many, he'll flick them out. You better flick your alley cat ass outside. I don't tell him. I do tell him that he don't listen. But anyway, and I don't know why they think they got to come in the house to poop. I don't even understand that. Queen Oyo, I understand. I mean, damn shit. How could I possibly expect her to cop a squat and do her essentials outside? After all, she's Oyo. But them boys, I don't understand that. God, Soot. I tell y'all about my Soot. I love my Soot. I do. I love his old alley cat ass. Anyway, I went somewhere else with that. But I'm trying not making a point. I don't ever have points. I'm just talking. But as you know, what I'm speaking about is that in us all is the desire to have the freedom to make the choices that we want to make without guilt, without embarrassment, without somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Don't look at my hands. My nails are really terrible, but I'm trying to get them, and then I'm gonna cut them down. I'm getting ready to get off, so just a second. Anybody who have acrylics know that there's times when you get them all taken off. Well, it's that time. I'm getting ready to get them all taken off and give my nails, fingernails time to heal a little bit, and then plus I need to type. Um, I cannot really type with these grind. What do I call these nails? Impractical. These grand impractical nails. They're beautiful. They don't scratch a damn thing. They spread my itch. Seriously. Seriously. They don't scratch a damn thing. Don't drop no money. I mean, I'm gonna knock you down for a quarter above, right? I mean, a dime or a penny. It's down there. Because I can't pick that up with these nails. There's no sense in even trying. It's just, they don't, but they cute. But then, I'm fortunate. I have to brag. I'm fortunate. I inherited something from my grandmother, and she told me I have piano fingers. My mother used to always say, you get your uncle's hands, because I have old looking hands. My hands look really old. My hands have always looked old. It never bothered me, even with the Palmolive commercial. I was like, well, my hands don't look like that, but they're not. I can still do some modeling. No, I'm playing. But my great grandma told me I had piano fingers. What she meant by that though is I have the reach. I already have long fingers, so no matter how long my fingernails are, being that I talk with my hands, nobody will notice. If you're looking that close, I did that one time to somebody. Somebody said, because they know I'm nicky ticky by my nails. Oh, one of your nails are broken. I just stood there. Did I say that? Like I didn't know that when I left the house, and they just looked at me. I'm like, what? We talking about fixing nails? We paying? I mean, all this is telepathy. I know you see all that in my eyes. What? And then they just like, no, I ain't complaining. I'm just, no, you are. You are complaining. You complaining about me. See, that's the kind of shit I be thinking. See, that's the kind of shit you get you into a big old argument. You end up in court about. You know what I'm saying? But I be thinking that shit. Like, you came all the way out your house. I came out my house with the knowledge that I broke the nail yesterday. And you came all the way across the parking lot, looked me up and down, and all this fabulousness shit I got going on. And you know I had a broken nail. Thank you. I used to listen to what I'm saying. All of that just went on in my head. I used to tell my mother those kinds of stories. She used to love it. She did. She would say, oh, okay, Alice, we'd be just somewhere. And she said, okay, Alice, look over there. And I'd look over at somebody. She said, what's going on over there? We'd be at the park or something. And I'd look over there and somebody. I said, Mama, watch this. I said, he mad because she won't do this. I mean, wasn't no phones, cell phones, and all that other stuff. I just be talking, making up stories. The people wouldn't always get up and fly away and shit like that, like I was talking. But I would, make a story. I was so angry when, about a lot of things, but the Army lost a lot of poems. They tend to, not the Army, the movers, they tend to lose things, a lot. And they pay you, but it's never, they can't pay for that. I lost hundreds of past poems and plays and short stories that I wrote when I was a little girl. I had some plays that I had written. I used to make my dolls and cats and stuff do plays. I can't understand how people take pictures of cats in sweaters now. And the cats are still sitting up. You don't think I tried to put dresses on my dolls? I mean, on my cats. I call them dolls. I did. Bonnets and everything. And they would just fall over. I they didn't run away. I wasn't hurting them or nothing. They would just like lay there. Oyo does that now. What both my cats do. When they want me to rub them, they fall out on the floor like they slain in the spirit. But that's my fault because I had to bottle feed them. And it was 4 of them. And kittens, anybody ever bottle fed kittens? When kittens are hungry, whether their eyes all the way open or not, they know who's feeding them and they come and fur it. And them little claws be sticking you. So I would take 2 of them at a time. I would wake them up. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm sorry, I couldn't feed 4 kittens at the same time every 2 hours. That's how they ate. Because, somebody killed their mother. They were only like 5 weeks, 4 or 5. Not even that. Their eyes wasn't even open. When my kittens opened their eyes, they saw my hairless ass. But no, I would take 2 of them, put one in my hand and one between my legs upside, on their back like babies. And I would feed them, these little bottles. And they could eat too. That's why my kittens I think they psychologically damaged, because when they want my attention, they go on the blanket or on my clothes or something. Miss D called it making bread or something like she said, making biscuits, something like that. I never thought of it that way. It made me feel a lot better because I thought they was trying to nurse. They never got to do that right there with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't breastfeeding them. Hell, ain't no room to do that. Be still. Be still, you get on nipple. And they still Tinker. I'm still Tinker. I think that's why him and Soot fight so much. Because Soot be telling him that ain't your mama. Soot is Tinker and Oyo's uncle. I tell you that all the time. His mother, I got him and his mother because I got him from a trailer park. Like ghetto, flea infested, respiratory infections, everything. I brought them home. They was been my baby. I prefer. You hear me? I saw an advertisement. Somebody told me they had a kitten. Okay, which means you need to get rid of it before it turns into a cat. And I was like, hell, I'll take the cat. I ain't gonna have another one, but we can sneak it in here. I'll take it if you got to get rid of the kitten. I like babies. I'll take care of it. I will. She got to running off numbers. I wish a sister would. Now, a young sister did that. Tell you, I bought dogs. I had a couple of chows. And one named Smokey. Smokey was cool. But this ain't funny, but I'm gonna tell you, I can't help but laugh because of my animals' names. I had a child named Smokey. Chow named Smokey. Smokey died of parvo because Stinky had parvo. Stinky was a kitten, and Stinky had Dr. Tess, and Stinky was a kitten, and Stinky had parvo. I didn't know Stinky had parvo, but Stinky, that was the kitten's name. Stinky sneezed all the time, but that wasn't the first kitten I had to sneeze. I've had cats and dogs that have allergies, but this kitten sneezed. Anyway, Stinky survived, but Smokey passed when he died. And then I got another chow, and her name was Sheba. And she just ran off somewhere. We in Texas, it's hot, and this dog got all his hair. And then, like 8 months later, I see a picture in the newspaper of a dog, just all messed up stuff. And I was like, is that my dog? And my husband, he said, babe, my husband, he's a trip, because I was really worried about that dog. And he told me, he said, no, that's Jesus kept him. That ain't her. I swear that was my dog. I mean, it was like it wandered off somewhere. Dogs do that too. But anyway, I've been down that road of paying for expensive animals. I'm not doing that. You advertise that you got an animal that needs some love, then give it up. I'm not paying for it, because once I get it, I got to pay, which means you got to have shots, flea stuff, because Lord, fleas love me. All I gotta do is see my cat look like they want to scratch their ear. We taking it. We getting rid of that. We going to the tub. I'm getting. Fleas love me. Mosquitoes love me. I think bees love me too, but I'm not scared of bees. I try to ignore bees. I do. Because one time I tried to fight a wasp and it fought back. In fact, I was right here at Fort Lewis and we were in the gym just messing around. Um, it was either before or after an autopsy. I can't remember which. He was on our way to one or coming from one. We was in the gym acting a fool, and I felt something tickle my arm. And I look, I see, I even know which arm it was. It shit hurt so bad, right? All my life, I was playing outside and all that, messing with beehives, hornets. I had never been stung by one ever. Praise God, I would, ooh wee. But it was right there, and I said, oh, and I did like that. I guess it was said I did not come all the way down here to Fort Lewis in this gym to get on your arm to have you try to push me off. That thing stabbed me with this red hot fiery poker. I'm already vocal. I'm serious. I can't even accidentally step off the curb without screaming, right? So imagine I'm in the gym, all the soldiers in there, and all of a sudden I'm like, wow! Right? That damn wasp sting. I mean, it didn't go down my head. It went right. I swear I was paralyzed. That thing paralyzed the whole right side of my body. I was done. I was done. And my friend kept telling me, girl, it's all right. It's all right. Let me get the stinger. I'm like, I was such a punk, right? Look at I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Oh my gosh. Woo! I don't know if it was a hornet, a yellow jacket, a jacket's jacket, or what. It wasn't no bee. It was one of them with the little. Oh God, that thing! I see him now. I'll be like, okay, I ain't running. I know that now. Spider used to make me run in the walls, but I ain't running. You look gone now with all that stinging and shit. That shit hurt. But let me go back over here. I was talking about choices and wanting to be free and things like that. God has brought me to understand that there's nothing wrong with it. You know, I often talk about, how I was raised and things I learned, and it's not really any different from anybody else's. I'm a girl. I was taught things that girls were taught. I'm 62 years old. So, I was taught all those things. Sit up straight, keep your dress down, close your legs, keep your hands out your pocketbook out. Right. That was the first thing I learned. that was my pocketbook. And I was supposed to put my hands in it. That's right. Keep your dress down, Alice, your legs closed, and keep your hands out your pocketbook. So that's a lot of times people see me, I'll sit down and I'll fluff my dress and then I'll do like this. Right? That's not something being prissy, that's training. You know what I'm saying? I come from women who sat up straight and who was always looking at you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be all inside. Like, if anybody, I don't know if it's a nuclear fusion picture, but it's a scientific picture. I think it's a nuclear fusion of these lights, and they're going like this, and all this other stuff, and you can kind of hear it going. Well, that's how I am in here sometimes, and I would be sitting there like, and Patricia George Jean, Mama, Mama was just as bad as me, though. I'm telling you that now. My mother was not an adult. In situations like that. She was very elegant. She was sophisticated, educated, highly intelligent. But she'd be the one, you'd be sitting there trying to be right. Excuse me, whatever right was at the time. And she would go do something like, you know what I mean? My thing was, see, my mother, she didn't make me laugh as so much as she made me cringe. I'm the embarrassed child. Okay. I'm the emotion. I'm the emotion. Till I followed her around. I told you with the whoopings, I followed her around. I was her nurse. Oh, oh no, my mother couldn't. My mother couldn't be sick. I had to take care of her. I had to take care of her. I had to take care of my mom. I tell that now that I'm adult. I've even told my mother this one time. I think I was born for her. I really do. I think I was born for her because she said sometimes when she would wake me up, she wouldn't like shake me, but I would wake up. She'd be sitting on the bed, on my bed, and she would just start talking, and I'd listen. And then it's funny. Sometimes as a child, I don't mean like 9, 10 years old. I'm like 12, 13. That's a child. I would say to her, I said, "Mama, do you really think that's what you want to do?" I never say what we gonna do because whatever Mama did, we doing. If anybody, if you want to see my mother, watch how I walk. I told you I got back with her when I was 8 years old. My mother ain't never was on no welfare, nothing like that. Hi, Michael, nothing like that. She always worked. So when I got back with her, it was just me and my brother, and then my sister came like a month or so or a little bit later. But my mother worked somewhere. I don't know where she worked. But she had to be there early, which meant we left the house early. I've always been an early child. Anyway, it wasn't a big deal. But I can remember we walked a lot of places, and you had to keep up. My mama took long strides. She said she had to get somewhere, and it was either that or get left. I'm telling you, my mama, she seldom looked back. You what? I told you when I got back with her, you ain't getting the fuck away. Where you going? Now, I didn't ever ask for that. I just kept up with her. I kept my eye on her. But we would always go by this. I just remember we go down a hill. We'd be walking really fast. We would walk down this hill, and there was a red brick building on the left. It was a bakery. You could smell it for miles away. But as we walked by, this man was standing at the door, and he just handed us donuts. Like he knew we was coming, what time we was coming. I think now that I'm a grown woman, I think he liked Mama. Yeah, a lot of men liked Mama. Mama was she's kind of like me. She's mean too. She was not mean, but I keep saying now that I'm a grown woman, I understand why she would say things like this. She would say, like for instance, I told you about how she, no man could like come to her house, come to our house dating her with a want to have steaks and all that other stuff. If you go get number one, you want to eat, you're gonna bring groceries. Okay, number two, you're gonna bring steak for everybody. Ain't no bring hot dogs for my kids and me and you eating steak. Okay, no, you bring steak for everybody, taters for everybody. Not like want no food there, but you ain't eating my kids' food. You know what I'm saying? My mama, she made that shit clear. She didn't stand there and run down no rules. It's just my mom had boundaries. And Patricia had boundaries. Let me explain that. Pat didn't like kids. I keep telling you that Pat didn't give a shit. But then no man, like my mama, when she was in her Pat mode, she was more into the Panthers and the rebellion and things like that going on in community services and things like that. Patricia was more, my mother, I'm talking about her personality. Patricia was more elegant. She was the one that participated in the fraternities and all those things. That's why I think my mother was so surprised when I joined the army. She was really surprised because I've never been a fraternity type person. I institutionalized kind. I was always out there flying. My granddad told me, I'm gonna have to tie a string on you like we do these June bugs one day. And I didn't pay no attention to it, but I now because we used to do that. Like kind of in the evening was the time you could catch the June bugs. I mean, then you could catch the lightning bugs too, but that was later. But they're June bugs. They beetles, pretty beetles too. They just have beautiful rainbows on their back. Anyway, you take a little piece of thread, not no damn embroidery yarn, just a little piece of thread, and you tie it to their back leg, one of their back legs, and you fly them like kites. They fly. You just fly them around. Then when when you get tired of that, you pull them down and you clip the string. Grandma said, y'all just clip the string. You know, I didn't know why. I just did because she said, but now I do know why. Because the bug got to eat, and if the bug fly, I'm okay. I'm going deep. But if if the bug has the thread on its leg and it fly by a bush, it gets stuck in the bush, it can't get loose, and it'd be my fault, right? Mm. I didn't smash the bugs, but I used to catch those lightning bugs too. I like lightning bugs. I did. I used to like bugs, and then all of a sudden, this switch went off, right? And everything flipped. I went from hating boys and wanting to seriously pound them into the ground. I used to, man, used to put a whooping on a boy. And girls got caught up. I'm just saying it like that. Don't come out here trying to defend your brother because you don't get caught up. I'm serious. I didn't really fight girls because we scratch and do all that other stuff. And I didn't really fight girls. Girls, I mean, we didn't have too many girl fights. Girls, we didn't fight over boys and all. We fought over just because I usually fought my friends. The closest friends we fought. But then we'd be friends afterwards. Couldn't keep. You had that friend couldn't keep us apart, but we're gonna fight this one out, right? But I'm gonna kick your brother's ass. And any other boy that even looked like he wanted to look at me like I was a girl, I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now. My mother's friends used to laugh. Mama used to laugh. She said, baby, I don't know what you gonna do. She said, one day you gonna have to be nice. Oh, God. And it just flipped one day. It was like after it seemed like after I recovered from that car injury, after I got hit by a car, and I was really messed up. But it seemed like after I recovered from that, I came up out of that, and I started to draw while I was in that sickness. But when I came up out of that, everything was different. I mean, not everything, but I didn't like bugs, and I really liked boys. Not boys. Let me rephrase that. I have never liked boys. I've always liked men. I'm serious. And then I have this energy, and like I said before, I have this little fusion going on, but it's like I can hear it sometimes. My energy, it's like wong wong. Well, even when I was a young woman, I could hear it. Just be like wong. I said, ooh, I like it. Like my granddaddy, I'm telling you, oh God, I love my granddaddies. I did, and it wasn't I'm polyamorous. I am. I've always been polyamorous. It wasn't a man. Nobody felt neglected. I love both of you. What do you love about me? This. What do you love about me? That. Like Casper said in the movie, can I keep you? I'll keep you both. Seriously, I'm polyamorous. I love them both very equally. I mean, and it's like people that I love. I love people, and I love everybody. Not everybody. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of the people say I love everybody. I don't love everybody. Some people get on my damn nerves. I'm learning what love is, what it means, and I know I do not have unconditional love. I have conditions. Fuck, I've been burned. I got conditions. No, I even have conditions for loving myself, as strange as it is, as much as I have learned to love myself. Like even this morning, I got up. I said, I don't even feel like putting on a dress or anything. And then self said to self, why not? So I did. Simple as that. And it's okay to do. But it's also like what I was saying about the choices and the healing and all of that. God revealed me to me. As I've said before, he didn't expose me to me. He didn't point to me. He didn't accuse me. He just revealed me to me. He said, look, look at this. Look at that. Now look at this wrong you did. Like, hey, Not like that. Now, the healing hurts. I say that, but when I say that it hurts, it's not a matter. Oh, I saw what I did. Not like that. Um, the healing hurts. For instance, when God said to me, when He told me that I didn't love Him, and I realized that it was impossible that I could even claim to love Him when I didn't love me. When I am of Him, it makes perfect sense. You can't say you love me if you don't love you. And that hurt because I know God, I love God, up to that point. But I realized all that was just not make believe or farce or pretension but it was, you could say, conditioned. And then He began to ask me, who told you that? I say that often. And that hurt too. Because a lot of times be like, not blaming or any of that, because He immediately took the blame. I even had to learn. I'm serious. That's something about me. I had to learn to blame. It took me a long time to accept the fact that anybody would deny me or do anything to me because I was a woman and because I was black. Even though I know about the world, I understand that. But I was competitive. I was intelligent. I was about that shit. You understand? I ain't bothering no motherfucking body. And then I learned that was true. Now that, we want to talk about something hurt. Now that hurt. That hurt. And then when God, I prayed that prayer about removing, things, and He started pulling and take, and I'm looking around me. No. Yes. Yes. And it's great to see. When I say I was competitive and I'm intelligent, when I say, I used to say I'm not competitive. Yes, I am. And I'm only competitive with me though. I say I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it. And it's not that I'm competing with this person or that person. I don't care. I really do not care who the valedictorian of the class is. I don't care if you get straight A's. I don't, because I learned a long time ago I have a different style of learning. I also know that some people learn by rote, which means they can memorize and regurgitate exactly what they saw, but they didn't learn a goddamn thing. I'm an absorber. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read what's here and then I'm gonna read it again. Especially if I don't, like, what? Not that when I say, for instance, like I say, I love medical terminology. I love medical terminology and anatomy and physiology. But if I'm reading something and I don't get it, you know what I'm saying? I go back and I read it again. And sometimes when I'm reading, like I said, I see things in pictures anyway. I'm picturing it. And if I can't picture it, I'll go back and read it again. And then sometimes when I'm reading or studying, I'm reading on this plane and I'm over here tripping somewhere else. Trust and believe me, I'm like, I ain't getting nothing out of that chapter I just read, but I read the whole chapter. And then, and I'm nerdy. I don't go in and take a test and say, oh, I'm gonna pass this, I'm gonna max it. I always, just like when I get to the cash register, I never think I have enough money. I take a test and say, oh God, I'm gonna fail this test. I know I'm gonna fail this test. Like when I took my nursing boards, I studied. Because when we finished, when we graduated, they told us, that's how they do it. When you get to the class, they tell you, they stand there and count. Okay, it's 35 of y'all in here. 25 might make it. You ain't gonna make it. And they ain't never said that to me. Because, I'm gonna look at somebody behind me. I told you ain't talking about me. Because I'm gonna do this. I'm like, shit. I didn't ask to come here, but since you got me over here, Patricia Georgine, don't you can come to school to be acting no fool, right? Anyhow, and then they would tell you something like, they would tell you, you can't, you're not gonna make it. You just can't do this. You can't do that. So to get in there and to be able to absorb what the Army was teaching me. And then they began early in the class letting us know it would behoove you to get your civilian license as a here it is, Booba. Good morning. What I do with the boy's phone? I don't know. Oh, here. I took your cover off too. I don't know where I put it. Here, I don't know what I did with your cover. I took it off. So I wanted to clean it. I don't know what the cover is. You don't have to have it. Gone. Good morning. Why don't you get some juice or something? Your mouth all dry. You just come in here looking like a person. Go get some juice. No. Oh, we ain't gonna start that this morning. Anyway, they tell you, it would behoove you to get your civilian license. It wasn't required that I be licensed to work as a 91 Charlie in the military, but in the civilian world, it's equal to an LPN. So, I could moonlight. So, we jumped on that. Immediately started studying. Stay with me now. So, the military's LPN school is 10 months. The civilian is 2 years. Well, me, Casey, and Paul, 3 Musketeers, we ended up getting recycled. We were the first, I think we were the first people to get recycled. And, really, they made fun of us. We were excellent students. I'm talking about the top of the class, but I failed nutrition. Go figure, right? I got the intake and output. I got all that. I just, they lost me with the measurements. I always had issue with numbers. Anyway, when I failed that, I came back and I took a retake. And the nutritionist was the one that got frustrated. She couldn't figure out why I couldn't get, I'm saying a lot of times I've been in positions where people would go that extra mile. They like, I don't understand why she don't get, let's try this. But then Casey also failed nutrition. So did Paul. You understand what I'm saying? And we weren't the only ones, but like a couple other people failed nutrition too, but they also failed other things. You know what I'm saying? So we were the only 3 that got recycled. Just us. They said, well, this don't make sense. Something's wrong with either the test. And the Army is fair about that. Something is wrong with the test, not the teacher, but the teaching, the layout. You got to you need to redo that plan. They're not getting it. You're not brainwashing them. Get it to them better. Oh God, that was so treacherous. God, that was a trip. But anyway, so when I went to take my boards, I'm going to be really honest. I was so disappointed. I knew too much. I did. I studied way too much. I learned, and see, then I'm not one. I can't take a bite of a good cookie or eat anything that tastes good without wanting somebody else to get some. When I came out of that test, I turned to all those little students that were sitting out there waiting. I called them little because I had to let them know. I turned and looked at them. I said, safety first. And then I just walked out. If they didn't understand what I said, then they failed. Every damn question. Because before I took my boards, one of the cadre told us, he said, be sure to understand that if it's not safe, then don't do it. Okay? Okay, so all the questions that had anything to do with patient safety, any of that other stuff, rather than honestly using my military mind, because in the military, you may have to transfer a patient by yourself. It may be unsafe, but you may be the only one who can do it. But in the civilian world, you must get help. Because if you injure yourself, that's your fault. If you injure that patient, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? Everything's your fault. You can be helping somebody, that's your fault. Because hey, that's you. I ain't ask. I'm laying here dying and withering in pain, but I ain't asked you to help me. So what if I'm better? I'm going to sue you. Stop that. I'll know how to I'll get ready to go there. I know there's a good Samaritan law. I know that. But who honors it? Who honors it? That's sad that and I'm not even, I'm going somewhere. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but that's to say it's not just medical. It's the same thing in life. You meet somebody, you good to them, you let them live in your home. You ain't gotta be having sex with them, nothing. Like, you just relative, call them a relative, whatever. And you let them live in your home. They don't help you, they don't give you no money, they don't do nothing. Then they leave and talk about you bad because they had to leave. Goddamn. You understand what I'm saying? That's the same thing, like with suing a person. A person, you the damn. You're gonna take a person for everything they got in a divorce. Now you married that person, you love that person, you're gonna spend the rest of your life with that person, but all of a sudden y'all not. So now you hate that person. You're gonna tell them all that person's secrets, you're gonna talk about them bad, and you're gonna take them for everything they got. Where's the love in that? Where's the love in that? Seriously. Even with not liking a person, not wanting to ever be around a person, if you once loved them, then the essence of that love should remain. And if nothing keeps you civil, then the essence of that love should. Mm-hmm. The essence of love stays even after death. The essence of love stays around. And if the essence of love is not present, you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there's never reason. Understand what I'm saying? Believe me, if you're in a relationship and it turns out, what I'm saying? You love them, but it turns out, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, because sometimes we outgrow each other. We do. Damn. I mean, I admire people who married in high school. I ain't the same person I was in high school. Praise the Lord. Woo. I was a horrid teenager. Not disrespectful any of that. I was just so... the world was coming to an end. Damn, I read this book, 1980, and the world was supposed to come to an end in 1980. Oh my God, I was so miserable. I was miserable. You have to understand, I graduated in 1977, so I didn't have long left. And my favorite author was Stephen King. And I read this book. I don't know who it was by, but the name of it was Dawn, Dawn. And the book was in Wisconsin, and these people, oh my God, of course it was after a nuclear holocaust. Oh my God. Oh, God is good though. I had to all these things, I was so afraid of nuclear war, right? And right outside my back door when I was in the Army was NORAD. Okay, I could open the door, my back door, and just see this glorious mountain. It was red and purple and just magnificent, just all different colors. Colorado is amazing, color-wise. That's why they call it Colorado. You never know. The word is color, and then Rado. My brother helped me with that with my nose spelling ass, right? He said, "I was damn, it's Colorado." God, shut up. Anyway. It was beautiful, but I was really intensely terrified of just the dumbest shit. I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be in the fallout. And it wasn't until I had the opportunity to take a class in nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare, not a class, I spent 2 weeks in it, that I came to understand where I'd like to be just in case there's a nuclear war. I want to be ground zero. Let's evaporate. I don't want to be in the fallout. I don't want no dust. I don't want to eat the fruit, the veggies. I don't want to see the cows that recover. And it's just like, super, why? Would anybody want to create anything like that? Do you know they have weapons that only kill humans and leave animals and vegetation the fuck alone? Do you know that frequencies is warfare? They use frequencies. Remember when all the people ran out and bought that toilet paper? I don't know, we're gonna go down there. That was a frequency. Mm-hmm. They use everything. Everything. Shake the bottle, boo, but the mustard will come out. Sound like he in there farting. That's that mustard. Anyhow, but I in that class, I learned a lot. Also, I know, I'm sure everybody probably has seen that, where they set off the nuclear bombs and the mushrooming that goes through the town and all. That's just horrid. Why would anybody want to destroy? I'm sorry. Now here we go. The rainforest. Okay, they know people are destroying the rainforest. Okay, they know that. They have pictures of it. They see them doing it. They videotaping it. They complain. STOPIT. Stop it. It's more them than it is than a man on the bulldozer. Number one, if you can't snatch him out the bulldozer, you don't let him get back in the bulldozer. What do you mean they want to build a golf course? No, you may not build a golf course right here. No, you may not dig up all the Native American sacred grounds and do a goddamn thing anymore. We're done with all that. You understand? No, you may not kill anybody else. No, 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 no. We not doing all that. That's all gotta happen. Seriously. We the people. You understand? We the people. I know, me too. Me too. I'm like, what do I do? Where do I go? Who do I say something to? How do I help? I'm there too. But the best thing about being here is I don't feel hopeless anymore. I don't feel like, well, I can't do anything. I'm going to say something to start. That's the start. No, you're going to mock it. Ooh, what you got? Anyway, I get loud and all passionate and everything. That's Verano. Go in your room. You're not getting on the computer. No. You can't. You know why? No. Because I have a thing over here, and you got we're not competing. You guys want to compete with me when I'm on this thing. No, Verano. No. You're not getting on the computer. I mean, you can't. Go ahead. Go ahead, because I'm telling you no, but you're gonna try to do it anyway. Go in your room. No. You want to fight? I'm not in the mood. Anyway, I just don't. I say this every day, and I'm gonna say it again. I do not understand, and I'm talking about just this state right here. I mean, this city, Tacoma, in this state, with Fort Lewis and McCord being right there. Now, understand, I was stationed here. I am a soldier. I'm a veteran. I know what's here. Okay. Why are there people outside?
Hey, Mama.
I'm using it. I just told you to go in your room and let me finish. You're not getting it. Stop fighting with me. I said no. Go take your breakfast and go in there and turn your video on and look at something on your TV or play something or do something. No. I'm not going back and forth. I said no, and that's just that. That's that. We're doing it like that. I can't understand why there are people. I know people out there have tents. Okay, but I also know those little parachute tents don't keep no cold out. And then that's our country, so no cold out. I also know that Fort Lewis has these damn near carnival size canvas tents. Just folded, swept, cleaned, folded, and rotting in a warehouse somewhere. Tent poles, tent pegs, rope, even canvas floors. I know they have big stoves. All right, I know they have the fuel to run those stoves. I also know they have the soldiers to pull the duty to maintain those stoves and the grounds where they set up the tents. I was a soldier. I was a private. I know privates don't be doing a damn thing, but listen to me. Turning over rocks, dusting them off, and painting them white, waiting for them to dry, and then flipping them over, brushing off the dirt, painting them